Even
Check, check, check.
How about
ayun.
now?
How about
How-
now?
I don't hear us in the stream.
Wala pa rin.
There we go. There we go.
Yun, meron
Yeah,
na.
and here we are, guys.
Ayun. Hey guys, happy Thursday. Hope y'all are safe and sound. Ay, nice ko na. Ayan. Hey guys, happy Julian, Bruce, D Prime, Glendale. I might sound like a youngin asking this question, but ano yung banda ni Ozzy Osbourne?
Black Sabbath.
Alright, thank you.
As in yung War Pigs na pinapatugtog every Survivor series.
Yeah.
Yes, okay. I thought it was ACDC before. I'm sorry.
Okay lang. My
Way
first
before your time.
my first exposure to Ozzy was on his reality show. So
Ako rin.
Yung ano,
I also didn't know.
Yeah.
It was only until I played Guitar Hero that I found out that he was the front man of Black Sabbath.
Yeah, Black Sabbath probably.
Yeah, dati
Say
kala
it.
ko matanda lang siya na nasa reality TV.
Yeah. Saying hey to D Prime, who is going through some haters. May hater ka na. You've
Yeah.
made it.
D Prime, you're doing great things, my brother. Keep it
You've
up.
made it.
What do we got over here? Cup of haters?
Yeah.
Cup of haters?
Sana,
Fuck him haters, man.
sana hindi mo tinago yung identity niya. Unless
Yeah.
nakatago talaga siya.
Yeah. We're gonna bombard that guy's profile.
Oh, papa-raid namin yan.
Oh, si Emil Nate pa, may ano yan, troll yan ng mga monkeys.
Oo.
Troll army ng mga unggoy.
Hey, I don't got a troll army. Come on.
Not yet. Not yet, you don't.
I have like 8 seconds.
Please hit my music and yeet!
My name is Colin Cash Money Cannon.
What do we want to talk about?
Hey, this is the Cosmic Cactus, Paul London.
You're still just a kid. Hello, WWE Universe in the Philippines. This is Charlotte.
Because mommy is always on top.
This is Lola Vice. I love you so much.
They love my Latina heat.
What's going on? This is Xavier Woods, aka Austin Creed.
You are CM Punk!
We are pretty deadly. Yes, boy. Yes, boy.
To say his name!
Say his name and he appears.
Stan C, the voice of Philippine wrestling, University of the Philippines, Diliman.
Romoran, the fancy daddy. University of the Philippines, Diliman.
Chino Liao, Best Gout Machine, San Sebastian College Recoletos, College of St. Benilde, De La Salle University, International Academy of Film and Television.
Emil Nate, small forward, the Ateneo de Naga University.
When you're listening,
You're listening.
And you're listening
And you're listening to the Wrestling Podcast. And you're listening to the Wrestling Podcast.
to the Wrestling Podcast.
Wrestling Podcast.
On our Wrestling Podcast.
the Wrestling Podcast.
You're listening to the Wrestling Podcast. Yeah.
You are watching and listening to the longest running weekly episodic Filipino wrestling podcast. This is the Wrestling Podcast. Stan C, Romoran, the attorney sex god, Emil Nate, all checking in for tonight's live stream. Shout out to Chino Liao who isn't here tonight and to babyface producer Jasper. Sila yung dahilan kung bakit nandyan na sa OBB ng podcast si Lola Vice.
You didn't even know that she wasn't there yet.
It's been a long time coming, actually.
Yeah, we've been sitting on that clip for quite some time, ever since Chino got back home from WrestleMania.
To be fair, saka lang, ngayon lang niya pinaalala ulit kasi pinost niya ulit. Like,
Ayun.
so that's my bad.
Yeah, that's fine. alam naman natin na super busy sina Jasper and everyone over at the Pod Network. You know, what with the flood situation and all of the...
That's not your fault, Jasper.
Yeah, it really
it's
isn't.
mine.
Yeah, so sobrang lang din daming nangyayari. So, you know, wherever you are, wherever you're catching us, whether it's live right here tonight on a Thursday or tomorrow on a Friday when you're catching the recorded version, sana you guys are safe, you guys are dry, you've stocked up on supplies, and that kahit pa paano, you're in good spirits. Kasi, you know, this past week has really put a beating down on a lot of our kababayans, you know. So I think it's only appropriate that we start by letting everyone know that there is actually a group that you can donate to for mga relief goods and volunteers. And this is the people behind Training's Kitchen Stories over in Marikina. So I'm actually old friends with the chef and the owner of the restaurant, Jason Maulit, who's worked with the Angat Buhay Foundation over the years. I know that Senator Bam Aquino was actually at trainings earlier. He spoke to the volunteers, and these people are working around the clock, 24/7. Nagluluto sila ng pagkain to distribute sa mga relief centers like yung mga schools in Marikina. They're currently calling on donations for rice, for eggs, chicken, recyclable containers, seafood, sausage, and syempre cash. So, kailangan din ata nila ng manpower. I know that Mika Salamanca was actually volunteering last night sa trainings. So, you know, a lot of people showing up and helping yung mga kababayan nating nangangailangan. So, if you can't do that, if you're unable to, sana kaya nyo mag-donate either in cash or in kind, or spread the word. Let people know. I believe Jasper is flashing yung QR codes na rin on the screen. So, ito yung QR codes on GCash and BPI where you can donate. Or if you want to know more, check out the Facebook page of the restaurant. It's Training's Kitchen Stories.
Paano si Fiang?
Don't get me started.
Kayong tumawag kay Fiang.
Don't get me started on Fiang.
Wala tayong play natin tonight eh.
Malay naman natin, di ba, may ginagawa pa ng makabuluhan si Fiang.
Yeah,
Kayo naman,
yeah,
yung
probably.
yun
Yeah. Come on. You know, let's not spread hate here tonight.
Sure, Emil.
Sure, Emil. Nate, sa'yo pa talaga nang galing. Kapal na mukha mo.
Pero again, guys, please, every little bit counts if you've got extra to spare. I'm sure, syempre, you know, a little bit times the number of people we all are amounts to a lot na rin that could go a long way to helping everyone who's been affected by the storm.
Or if we could lend you, di ba, sabi ni Stan, they need manpower. If you can, you know, if you have the time, can go there and help, help with the whole process. So,
imbis na goon lang kayo ng goon, punta kayo doon. Tumulong kayo magluto para may silbi naman kayo, di ba? All right. Let's get to another plug coming up in a little over a weekend. The SummerSlam 2025 viewing party is pushing through at Skinny Mike's despite the situation the bar has found itself in through no fault of its own, by the way.
Explain mo na natin, bro.
No, I'm not gonna explain that.
Sige.
Basta, kung patron ka, malalaman mo ibang kwento. All you need to know is a truck crashed through the bar, and they will be okay in time for the show. So that's what I confirmed with the management of Skinny Mike. So wag kayong mag-alala. We're not going to reduce. We don't have to reduce slots for the SummerSlam 2025 viewing party. If you haven't yet, although I know some of you are waiting for Sueldo in a week, in a few days, you can sign up already at tinyurl.com/WWP SummerSlam 2025. Tickets are $450 a day for early bird. For both days, early bird is 850 pesos. You can also walk in kung may slots pa. I think there will be slots by then. To be honest, the tickets aren't flying off the shelves as fast as they were in WrestleMania. So although we still have a lot of slots, you might not want to wait until the very last minute to find out if you can get in. So yun. We'll see you guys there. Maraming ganap for SummerSlam. It's gonna be John Cena's last one. CM Punk going after Gunther for the World Heavyweight Championship, and a whole bunch of other matches happening. It's gonna be a lot of fun. We'll see you guys there, and hopefully the weather is a little more agreeable by that time.
Yes, definitely.
All right, another plug here. Emil, let them know about the patron program.
All right, so you can support the podcast through two ways. It's Patreon and Gag. The links are patreon.com/wrestling podcast and gagnow.com/wrestling2xpod. For as low as $5. Again, that $5 a month goes a long way to helping us, do this thing for you. We always thank those who have supported us throughout the years, and we thank those who will continue to support us. It's always fun. It's always fun to be a patron. You get first dibs to everything. You get the Discord server. So, all in all, andyan na yan lahat, no? So we thank you so much to our patrons for supporting us. And again, for those who would want to support us, again the links are patreon.com/wrestling podcast and gagnow.com/wrestling2xpod. Again, for those $5.
Ano pala?
Right. Oh,
sorry.
Go.
Really quickly, I just wanted to highlight kasi naisip ko lang just now because Julian asked for a Goldberg moment from Emil.
No,
you can do that if you sponsor the show.
That's right. Yes.
Oh my God.
We are calling for sponsors for the show. So kung gusto yung magkaroon kayo ng sponsored segment on the Wrestling Podcast, we can collaborate on that. Let us know. And if you love your play and Nathan's, sige, let's get Emil riled up. Basta kayo rin sasagot nung losartan niya.
Medyo pricey siya yung segment buy, pero it's gonna be for a good cause. If you like what we do, if you enjoy what Emil does, we're building up to be a star, diba? So if you like everything we've been doing here, if you support us, that would be a great way to help keep the lights on the show.
Yeah. All right, last plug. There's Emil Nate, hindi lang siya big star, marami pa siyang dolyares. Eto, afford niya.
Ayun, so if you people are asking where they could watch WWE and
si Damian Lillard tinatanong din niya kasi wala siyang wifi sa Milwaukee.
Yeah, like that's wild, sa US may mga ganun pa lang lugar na mahina yung internet. But here in the Philippines, people are asking where they could watch WWE. There are two ways. It's Netflix via VPN and Blast TV, and you could experience that through the Converge Netflix bundle. You can upgrade or you can subscribe. There are three tiers, no? Their plans $17.98, $9.98, and $22.98. With different speeds, but it's still the same experience. You'll get the Netflix account. You'll get the Converge box that I'm currently using as of the moment. Sobrang sulit niya. You'll get local channels as well. So if you want to keep up with the news, you could use the experience box to keep up with the latest happenings. So again, it's really the best internet plan as of the moment for me. So I'm always gonna vouch for it. You can upgrade or subscribe by emailing the customer service of Converge, or you could go to your local Converge office if meron sa lugar niyo. So again, we always love promoting Converge here on the podcast. So sobrang sulit talaga kasi. So yeah.
Mm-hmm. All right. Let's start with some bad news from outside the ring. We found out over the last couple of days that the Prince of Darkness, Ozzy Osbourne, the legendary vocalist of Black Sabbath, has passed away at the age of 76. He's a WWE Hall of Famer, a pop culture icon as well, and somebody who really left a mark on a lot of wrestling fans through his many appearances over the years. So this just comes weeks after yung final performance ng banda nila. So medyo nakakagulat din because if you were keeping up with the news, diba? He did perform live, although hindi na rin siya makapaglakad on his own. He'd also been diagnosed with Parkinson's disease. He's been going through that for quite some time. So it finally took his life, and just condolences going out to all of his family members, syempre, his friends and his fans, especially those that overlap with us here in the wrestling community.
Yeah, as a millennial, my first exposure to Ozzy was the show, The Osbournes. So it was crazy at the time because it was the first time on cable TV the participants of the show would cuss so much that they ended up bleeping so much from the broadcast. So that's pretty funny. And at the time, I didn't know what Ozzy was famous for. Like they said, he was a rock star, but syempre wala akong alam kasi syempre I grew up in the 90s, and by then my formative years were spent listening to boy bands and pop music. So really, it was only until my late teens that I discovered the metal that he was a part of, and that was also grew to become a big part of my life. So, rest in peace, Ozzy. You were a real one. And I think wrestling fans all over and metal fans all over, rock fans all over will mourn your passing.
Kasabayan ba nung The Osborne shows yung yung Hogan's Knows Best?
No, Hogan.
The Osbournes
Hogan
came
show,
first.
Yeah, Hogan came a little after. I mean, not a little after, but like by the end of the 2000s.
Yeah. So the Osbournes was kind of like the peg.
Okay. Di ko naabutan yung ano niya, yung prime niya, but I did see my first exposure of him was his guest appearances on WWE programming. He's a personality for sure. And yung iwan yung legacy pagdating sa music is there. We can't, like parang wala tayong may dadagdag doon. He's an icon, he's a legend. And yun, yung kanta na War Pigs, that's an awesome song that they've been using for the War Games for the past couple of years. So rest in peace to the legend.
Yeah, so I think all the more na hindi na ata mapapalitan yung War Pigs. Salitan na lang yung version sila ni T-Pain.
T-Pain.
For as long as Triple H is running War Games. All right, let's talk about some AEW stuff, and we got to talk about MJF and the Hurt Syndicate. What is going on? Bakit biglang tinumps down na ni Bobby Lashley si MJF all of a sudden? I mean, I get it, MJF was being a dick, and he was saying na, oy, nasan kayo? And he was basically treating Bobby Lashley and Shelton Benjamin like chuwariwap niya sila. But after months of giving us blue balls with letting MJF come in, biglang, oy, tatanggalin na ba siya?
Yeah, what's the sudden shift?
Yeah, go for it.
What's the sudden shift in this story? Kasi for me, this appears that they are like slowly building towards that yung breakup. But not at the moment kasi yun nga kaka-include pa lang ni MJF sa Hurt Syndicate, and seems like the story to tell here is they're gonna help him win the title. So something changed here in the last week or so. They have to pivot towards they're pivoting towards MJF being a solo guy again.
Yeah, when something doesn't make sense, it resembles real life more than it does a story. So Emil's right. Something did happen over the past week or over the past couple of weeks that necessitated them having to pivot this. So as to what the plans were that ended up being having the rest of the Hurt Syndicate turn on MJF. I know that MJF is about to challenge for the World Championship, the Hangman, but I think Mox is still in the game, so I thought they had time to build that up. So it is interesting that in a bad way that there is something happening behind the scenes. And I hate it when you can pinpoint exactly what, where it went wrong. Because you can pinpoint where the wind suddenly started changing directions.
Yeah.
Ito si Harvey brings up something interesting in the comments. Pinnacle reunion. Let's get to the next slide because FTR and the Hurt Syndicate got into it because Adam Copeland needed some fighters for hire. So he paid the Hurt Syndicate to go put a beating on FTR kasi merong restraining order against him.
I don't see why this has to lead to a Pinnacle reunion.
Although when this storyline with MJF and the Hurt Syndicate started, people were thinking that it was eventually going to lead to a Pinnacle reunion. Pero di nangyari. So are they going back to that now?
I don't know. It's weird. Di ko rin sure. Like, okay, so it's FTR and MJF versus Cope and the Hurt Syndicate? Like, okay.
So, but,
or baka lang siya, 1 week transaction lang. Ngayon lang merong,
that's why I don't see it as a Pinnacle reunion.
But what do you think about this transaction?
It's weird. It is very weird. Like, yes, I get it. Nah, they are in the business of hurting people, but it is also something that was really strange. Like, you can apparently do that. Emil did ask a question on the Patreon on our Discord. asking about why didn't he do this against the Death Rider. So although the answer back then was, syempre, they had FDR in his back. It does make sense that okay, you can apparently hire the Hurt Syndicate to do whatever you want and beat up whoever you want. Diba? So
Pwede pala yun eh.
a lot of these storyline elements don't quite make sense, and again is pointing towards or is pointing to something unusual and sudden happening backstage.
Yeah, bigla ko naalala yung ano. So, a point that I think I brought up months ago regarding the Death Riders na why are the Hurt Business not interacting at all with the Death Riders? Parang they have their own bubble. And then in storyline, they can be hired pala to, to dish out some hurting. So, it's those things na if you're a viewer, you really would notice.
Yeah, exactly.
Would have been fun, no? Kasi, diba, didn't the APA do something like this years ago? That was their gimmick. Diba, nabayaran sila. And then, locally, diba, the guys from the Fighters for Hire, that was literally their gimmick. Oh, you can pay us and we'll fight whoever.
When the APA did it, it was because they were no longer working for Undertaker, diba? So, it was after the disbandment of the Ministry of Darkness, diba? So, ito naman, wala naman nangyaring ganun eh, diba? They were doing their thing. They're the tag team champions, so they technically don't have to be fighters for hire for anyone when they have a literal tag team championship to defend every week. So, that is strange.
Yeah, yun din. Yeah.
I think kaya rin nabuisit si MJF eh, diba? Parang, pucha, ba't ka nagiging bayaran na ibang tao?
Oo nga eh. Pero, gets naman yun, yung part na yun. But the weird part is it all happened this week when none of that happened any time before this week.
Like, I was so shocked when, kasi, di ba the Hurt Syndicate are heels? I was so shocked that, they are doing a transaction with the face here. Like, you could say that it doesn't matter if the Hurt Syndicate are faces or not, but it's still weird because the story that they're telling as of the moment is, the Hurt Syndicate are heels. They are bad guys.
Sure.
All right, so let us know in the comment section what you think as we take our first break. So ito na, Emil Nate dance break. Oh my gosh.
Wait, what was it? I didn't see it.
Tom Jones.
Ah, yes, of course.
Oh,
I love it. I love that one. The first one, the first one that we used.
kilabot ng naga. Shit. All right. More AEW stuff. We got some sad news about Will Ospreay, who announced that he's going to need some time off. Apparently, he's been dealing with a bad back over the last 10 months, and he's got 2 herniated discs. So, of course, with these things and with wrestling, di naman natin alam like how real or how true these injuries are. But, just taking it at face value, sabi niya, he's got 2 herniated discs. So, he'll be out for the next few weeks, but he'll do his best to be back by Forbidden Door.
Dude should just take his time.
The hernia isn't that hard to fix. I think that he got off a little bit lucky here. Forbidden Door naman is what? September or August?
It's the next PLE, diba?
Yeah, but when?
24th of August.
24th. He's got time, and a hernia is not hard to fix if it's real. If the hernia is real, so good luck na lang and get well soon. Bro.
Yeah, I feel like dude should just take his sweet time recovering.
They need him though.
Yeah, but they're fine with Swerve and Hangman in there. I mean, this guy has been wrestling with his style for the past 5 years, and he hasn't gotten really an extended break out of it. Like, You should take his sweet time to recover because they need more of him in the future. They need more of Will Ospreay. He's their franchise player for the next 5 years here in AEW.
Mhm. Yeah. Sabi ni Jace in the comments, hilot lang katapat niyan. Sige, maghanap ka na manghihilot sa US. Sige.
Uso ba yun doon?
Probably not. I mean, they've got actual massage therapists for
Oh.
professional teams and all. I'm sure AEW has one too.
Yeah. I mean, they own the Jaguars, so for sure, meron yan.
No, yun pa. All right, last bit here from AEW. Next week, rematch nina Mox and Hangman for the AEW World Championship. And this time, si Hangman yung nagdikta ng lahat ng stipulations. He said, no chawariwaps at all. Everybody banned from ringside.
Well, are they really gonna honor this? Although I would love to, but they did plant the seed where Hangman beat up Yuta and then nobody came to save him, diba? So I feel like they're gonna finally kickstart yung collapse ng Death Riders. So looking forward to that. I feel like we're finally getting the decline that they wanted.
Yeah, that's what I think also. I honestly thought they were gonna have a rematch at a PLE pay-per-view pala kasi AEW pala to. But yeah, looks like it's gonna kickstart the collapse of the Death Riders finally.
Mm-hmm. All right. Okay, let's get to some outside the ring stuff. There's an interview with Bryan Danielson that came out on the Sun Sport this week, and then yung pinaka kinwote na sinabi ni Bryan was him saying that his WrestleMania 30 match doesn't mean all that much to him. And people are upset about this. And even when Bryan explained more, sabi niya he was going through some pain issues at the time and he was about to get married that week. They wouldn't let Brie Bella come out of the ring and celebrate with him for some reason. His sister and niece were there, and that's really it. But yeah, people are upset. Like I was reading in comments, people are saying that, napaka-ingrata naman ni Bryan. You know, like the yes movement got him to that point. Tapos parang wala siyang pake about that. So, kayo, what do you guys think about this?
Eto, walang play Nathan tonight, but
No.
Fuck y'all. Jesus fucking Christ. Fuck you. Fuck you. And
wait, fuck who?
Fuck the fans who are clearly WWE only and are mad at him because he dared to say that WrestleMania 30 doesn't mean that much to him. Didn't even say it doesn't mean nothing. He just said did not mean as much to him as yung World Championship win niya in AEW, where again, Brie and Birdie were there to celebrate.
Even the son was there, si Buddy.
Yeah. So they were there to celebrate it with him. And immediately people latched onto it because it essentially put the AEW moment above the WWE moment. And it's not even what he said. And he isn't even taking away what that win, his very first meaningful championship win. Doesn't even take anything away from what that means to all of us as fans. Like if him saying that doesn't take away my feelings for that breakthrough moment in the Yes movement, diba? And people are saying that it is. Parang people are saying like, well, but ka pa namin sinuport after all that? Like, who cares?
We booed Rey Mysterio for you.
We booed Batista for you. Like, okay, so what? Parang he didn't say it wasn't important. He just said that the AEW moment was a better moment for him. Like nobody's taking that away from you, man. Nobody is. If you really feel offended by first of all, it shouldn't even matter to you. Like what his opinion is the most important thing about it. Kasi syempre, he was the guy in those moments. Diba? Like his opinion should matter most. Like if it does end up him talking shit about WWE, who cares? That's his prerogative. Who are we to sino ba tayo para apakan yung moment niya? Diba? So I hate this sense of entitlement that Brian is supposed to feel some sort of loyalty to WWE for following through on something that Vince took too long to pull the trigger on. By the way, it should be noted. Like, we didn't even know until that moment, until he got that final pin, WrestleMania 30, that it was gonna happen at all. Diba? So leave the man alone. If you feel offended by his own opinion coming from his own experience in that moment, that's a you problem, and you need to deal with that your damn self. So, fuck you. That's all I'm gonna say.
Okay ka na. You got it out of your system.
Damn, that's the original right there.
I'm gonna try to rationalize it from yung standpoint of the fan without, saying na I completely agree with what the comsec is saying. Kasi ang sa akin, nakikita ko is maybe fans feel a bit betrayed kasi there was that genuine connection between the fans and Brian, especially during the time of the Yes movement. Right? So it was a very genuine connection that literally propelled Brian to the top of the industry. And parang nakakapanghinayang. Like, I'm not gonna lie, even ako, like, taking my WWE commentator hat off here, like as a Bryan Danielson fan, medyo nakakadismaya din maramdaman na parang, it didn't mean a lot to him. Parang, because you feel that connection. No, wait. Let me finish first. You feel that connection with the wrestler you're supporting is genuine and that it was something that meant a lot to you. Therefore, it's something that meant a lot to them. Tapos parang to know na parang, hindi naman pala ganun kahalaga sa kanya. Parang, it's kind of sad. Kasi parang, okay, so that investment then, that emotional investment that as a fan that you put in, probably doesn't mean squat in the long run then. So nakakadismaya siya in that sense.
He didn't even say that. Like, he didn't even say, screw you guys for supporting me. He didn't say none of that. I think
he doesn't have to say it. He doesn't have to say those words. It's more of the sentiment.
Then it's a you problem if you feel that way. Jesus. No, I feel like I think if the AEW moment didn't happen, I don't think he would have to say that. Kasi yun nga, diba, what he said specifically was it didn't mean as much to him as the AEW World Championship win, diba?
I didn't even attach that context. Kasi ako, like, when I read it, I read it just as the moment itself, yung WrestleMania 30, hindi siya ganun kahalaga sa kanya.
That's also what
like,
he said.
Independent of like All In and AEW and everything.
But that's,
independent of that.
That's the important context, diba? He said that he compared WrestleMania 30 to AEW. Kasi yun nga, the kids were there. The family was there. So
yun talaga like, it's a direct comparison is what you're saying.
Yeah. That's why I'm saying that if it didn't happen that way, I think he wouldn't have come out and said that.
So if it's a direct comparison, then parang like ako, I can't touch the man's feelings, diba? Parang kanya yun right? But ang sa akin lang is if it's independent of like the AEW sentiment, parang dun ako nalulungkot. It's just you from a fan's perspective, you put in all of that emotional investment and that connection with this guy who you really felt was being held down by whatever, by the system or whatever you feel is holding him back, diba? And then if this person who you literally got behind and whose t-shirts you bought and who you lost your voice for at the shows and stuff says that parang that moment really wasn't important to me. It's one of those glass shattering moments siguro as a fan na parang shit, sayang pala yung yung ininvest ko na emotion. Again, that's independent of that direct comparison.
I think it's also unfair to hold over Brian. Kasi like for all we know, diba, like if he was unable to be happy, to be the most happy he could be at that time, who are we to impose on him? Because that's also his brain chemistry at work, diba?
Sure.
Like, if you want to be happy but you can't be for whatever reason, then I don't think that's your fault either. I think what's important then was that he never said that all of our support was meaningless, diba? I feel like a lot of people are just attaching what they feel to what he said about that moment, and I don't think that's fair at all. Because unless he actually said "fuck y'all" and "fuck your feelings," I think that sentiment would be correct. But he never said that. He never said any of that. And I feel we can't also impose what a man's emotions are.
Here's the thing, kasi the way that you argued it is parang if you're a fan and you're looking at this, your emotions are invalid. So tangina mo, right? And like I draw a line there. Kasi I think that even as a fan, valid pa rin naman yung emotions mo because again, that's part of your connection with the wrestler and the wrestling industry as a whole, right? Where I draw the line is where people say na where people get all entitled na tangina mo wala ka palang utang na loob na kami yung dahilan kung ba't nandyan ka. For me that's what's out of bounds. But like if you're a fan and medyo na-dismaya ka, sure, whatever, right? Like feelings mo yun eh. Diba? Yun yung connection mo kay Brian, yun yung connection mo dun sa time of yung prime ni Brian where you were so heavily invested as a fan. I think that's valid. Where it becomes invalid is when you say na may utang na loob ka sa amin.
Yes. That's what I'm railing about. That's what I'm railing against actually because that's what I saw. That's what I saw a lot of. That's what I saw a lot of on social media. Kasi yun they equated the whole thing to parang nanghinayang sila na okay, ba't ka pa namin sinuport? Like, I mean, come on. Like, the guy is entitled to his feelings. Like, you are also entitled to your feelings, but your feelings are not above his feelings because it was him doing the whole thing. And he is entitled to feel whatever he wants to feel about the moment he was in.
Right.
It's the same comments I saw when Punk left WWE when fans were saying, "Oh, we bought your house." we bought your house, so like you're entitled to you're entitled to us or whatever. So, but yung comments I feel like Stan is like drawing the line that yung mga wala kang utang loob, walang ganyan, which I also saw. That's why I was finding myself agreeing with Bro kanina because those were the same comments that I saw over the past few days. But again, if Brian felt that way, then as a Brian fan, all I could do is respect that, and that's what he felt. If he felt happier during a specific moment, then God bless him.
Ang sa akin is I'm not gonna be the one to tell you na you shouldn't have an opinion or you shouldn't have any emotions relative to these things at all. It's more of you have to temper them and you have to draw the line somewhere. Diba? Parang you can be free to have whatever opinion you want, but that opinion or that freedom also has its limits. It has its bounds. We draw the line somewhere.
I also just didn't like how people didn't actually properly understand the context of what he said. They just latched onto like, okay, it didn't mean that much to me, which is also the fault of media for blowing up that particular part. Because syempre, if you blow that up without properly contextualizing it, it will look like rage bait. So that's also not fair to him and to everyone else.
Which is typical media, diba? Especially in this day and age. Ganun talaga eh.
Yeah, that's why we're here.
That's why we're here. All right, let's take another break. We've got another Emil Nate dance break on the docket. We've got a comment here from D Prime who says if Emil is attending DexCon Pexman next month, he should do the dance break after the show at Onyang's. D Prime, would you like to be a sponsor? Pwede naman. We can make it happen.
I can do the Carlton.
Pwede naman. We can make it happen. So just let us know and we'll direct you sa mga kinauukulan. Make it happen. Malakas ka sa amin, D Prime. All right, let's get to some highlights from Monday Night Raw, and let's talk about Bayley and Lyra Valkyria. So Bayley surprised Lyra this week and said, na, uy, may women's tag team championship match tayo. And it looks like now Bayley is messing with Lyra after Lyra beat Bayley in the 2 out of 3 falls match. So Lyra's also coming off as, alam mo yung batang nagmamaktol with the way that she answers back to Bayley and Becky.
She's literally Emil.
I guess, right? So let me ask you guys this: who do you think is the babyface here?
It's
I think
Lyra.
Lyra's still, yeah, I think Lyra's still a face. I think no, I think Bailey's also a face. I think I don't think she was this is also my reading of it, but I also don't think she was messing with Lyra out of pure spite. Diba? Parang I think that the tag team championship shot was real. Diba? It was coming from a legit place, and Becky is still very clearly the asshole between the three of them. So I don't think that Bailey is heading towards a heel turn because I feel like there is still a lot more to be maximized with her current goodwill, diba?
Yeah.
So I think they're just really. I think the end game really is just to flesh Lyra out from being just a bird lady.
So if you watch the match naman, Bailey didn't wrestle as if she was messing with Lyra. Kasi kung ganon, then she's gonna tag Lyra. I know she's not gonna help her as much. But they wrestled as if, they were a legit team. Wala namang dissension between the two. The only problem Lyra had was she has a match at SummerSlam. So why is she wrestling this match for the tag title? So parang she has too much
double champion.
Too much plate on her hands. Parang ganun eh. But Bailey is genuine. For me, Bailey was genuine in asking for the tag title shot.
Yeah, I felt that too.
Gusto ko yung too much plate on her hands. Parang sarap nun.
That might have come out wrong.
It's all right. We got our sayings mixed up.
Yes, it's too much on our plate.
Yeah.
We can't words. We get it. All right. Congrats, by the way, to Kuya Joaquin Wild, who picked up the win for the LWO, prompting Carlo Pamintuan to lose his shit on commentary and just yell, Philippines, Philippines, for a good 5 seconds. So the LWO won, and they're getting a World Tag Team Championship shot. Thanks quick assist as well from El Grande Alemano.
Gusto ko yung mas may effort si Ludwig Kaiser to actually speak in Spanish. So, so I feel like he's actually the face El Grande Americano between the two of them. Although they still haven't explained that. Like, yes, there is a whodunit. Like, the American maid is self-aware about that not being Chad Gable. But
Ivy's mad about it, diba?
Yeah, I do hope that they explain why Ludwig Kaiser took up the mask.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah. Dapat may lore yan eh. They have to explain that eventually.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Edo, what do you guys think about the LWO getting the shot against the Judgment Day?
I don't mind.
Why not?
Yeah. I feel like they finally realized now. Okay, there are teams on the bench here on the side on the depth chart, and after the triple A tag team championship win, may konting naman sila, may konting cred na sila. Like, why not? Let's do it. Let's do something else.
Wait, wasn't that Berto and?
Yeah, it was Berto and Angel.
My bad.
And
sorry.
Angel. Yeah.
Sorry. I'm sorry. I mixed up my Latinos. Yeah, I feel like they did listen to the whole thing about how it's always a New Day, it's always the Viking Raiders and the War Raiders and Shepherd Judgment Day. So sure, why not?
Mm-hmm. Speaking of tag teams on the depth chart, apparently A-Town Down Under is no more. They got an off-screen breakup. And Grayson Waller announced that Austin Theory is finally injured, so that means that the dead weight is gone, and now he wants to be Big G for the New Day.
Yeah, that was pretty sad.
I don't mind it at this point. Parang it past due na yung breakup storyline nila eh. It just wouldn't hit the same. So they've been holding off on it for 2 years.
Yeah, but I just wanted to call it out because syempre, the injury gave them an out, diba? Instead of them figuring out how to actually do it and when to actually do it. Oh, na-injury si Austin Theory. So okay, it's a great time as any. So it was lazy, and then they got the easy way out of it.
Mm-hmm.
2 years. They've been teasing this storyline for 2 years.
Hindi naman 2 years, Emil. They had some good times, but they won the championships at WrestleMania. That was just a year and a half ago.
Yeah.
Feels longer.
It does.
But it's I think they will they will have a storyline naman once Theory comes back. They will finally do that. I know.
Will
Yung
they
singles
though?
move.
Hindi mo
I
sure.
hope so. I hope so. That's the
Pero
hope.
feeling ko na na natural babyface din tong si Austin Theory. So, if and when he does come back, it might be a good opportunity to kickstart the Waller Theory singles feud.
Yeah.
Yeah, if they actually get around to doing that, just say for all we know, they do something else because there another opportunity is available. But yeah, I agree that Theory is actually pretty likable as a face. But sayang lang because it didn't have to take an injury for them to break up. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah. Oo naman. All right. We also got a banger of a match between Stephanie Vaquer and Io Sky, and for the second time, it did not have a conclusive finish because Naomi got involved and Rhea Ripley came in for the save.
Yeah.
Again. I like it. I like I like the decision to have another non-conclusive finish between these two. Kasi for me, you gotta protect that for a bigger PLE match down the line, which I think will happen at Clash. Medyo
Wait, so
may
you're
advanced-
predicting Io wins
may
back her
prediction ako,
title?
yeah.
Io wins back her title, and then Stephanie challenges her at Clash. That's your
Yeah.
prediction.
Yep.
Uh-huh. Okay.
Yeah. I hated the bad finish because it was such a good match.
It was.
So, yeah.
Yeah, it
So
really was.
It's one of those things now. Okay, AEW is right in doing that, in doing stuff like have a whole match before something happens at the end. So yun lang naman. I don't know who wins. It's gonna be an interesting match for sure.
Yeah, sobrang may chemistry sina Stephanie and Io. I don't know what it is. Is it because they both have some sort of lucha background? Is it because they're just really on the same level in the ring? There's something about whenever these two mix it up na ang ganda talaga ng kinalalabasan. Plus, they got a lot of time.
Yeah. Io just clicks with everyone. It's not just a Stephanie Vaquer thing. Like, she clicks with Rhea. Every opponent that Io went up against, lagi may chemistry. Like Bianca, Rhea, Stephanie.
Yeah, I think it is time to call Io one of the best in the world, full stop, regardless kung male or female.
She's
I
my
think we're
best in the
there.
world at the moment. My number one wrestler at the moment for me. Yeah.
All right, finishing up with Raw here, it looks like kasado na yung tag team match for SummerSlam between Roman Reigns and Jey Uso versus Braun Breaker and Bronson Reed.
Yeah, I think it was the best move they can do.
Yeah.
People want Roman. They want to see Roman be a face, and they wanted to see, them be a team again. Roman went all in sa to becoming loose and being a full baby face again.
Yeah.
Oh, nakikiit na nga siya eh.
Okay.
It's nice. I like it. It humanizes Roman and saves the feud between him and Seth's group.
That was the first time, yung promo ng Raw, that was the first time that I legit felt that was babyface Roman. Kasi when he came back after SummerSlam last year, he was still kupal eh. He was still that tribal chief alongside with Paul Heyman. Parang kupal pa rin siya eh. But this felt like a renewed Roman Reigns, and I actually liked what I saw. The promo that he did, referencing the bloodline as a family, and parang also acknowledging that people helped him along the way when he was champion. So parang, like, damn, like, nakapanibago. And so nakapanibago for me who has seen the tribal chief Roman Reigns for over 5 years. And yeah, that was one of the best promos that he ever cut, in my opinion.
Yeah, I loved yung references niya to the members of the bloodline. Parang ikaw, Paul Heyman, wala kang ambag. Everyone else did. Even Solo helped me. So, natawa ko din eh. Like, sina Sammy and Solo, binigyan din niya ng credit. The Usos, they helped me. Sammy helped me. Even Solo helped me.
Parang he acknowledges na people helped him along the way. So again,
Group effort pala yun.
Oo, parang naka-redeem siya na, okay, is he really...
Wait, does it redeem the abuse?
No, it
that
doesn't,
he
because
put
he
his
doesn't say
family
sorry.
through?
He never said sorry.
Yeah, not yet though. But at least he acknowledges na people helped him along the way. So that's like, I think, the first step.
The first
siguro.
step.
Oh.
So kailan magsasorry si Roman? 2030?
Yun nga eh, diba?
Yeah.
Like that does need to be the next story. Like if they really want to redeem him.
So you know who should lead the Roman Reigns apology tour? Emil Nate. Ang taong laging nagsasorry. Sabi ni babyface producer Jasper, Emil, di mo ba kinakount yung big dog days ni Roman Reigns among like his babyface promos and everything?
Pero that was him not knowing what to do. Diba?
Yeah,
that was him not being a fully fleshed character yet. A fully fleshed human babyface character. Now, you know who he is. He's a tribal chief, and then now he has to go through a redemption tour, ika nga, to finally be the babyface that everyone really wanted him to be. Like he was getting cheers because he was cool now post Big Dog, but he wasn't a babyface and still isn't yet. Diba?
One more thing from that promo exchange with Paul Heyman I like to further contextualize yung character ni Roman is Heyman bringing up na every time you get a big match, you leave, you disappear for a long time, and I have to pick up the pieces. And Roman says, no, I leave because I father my children. I'm raising the next bloodline because I'm doing all of this for the family. And that's a key piece of lore that I feel has never been brought up. Yeah. In spite of the fact that sinasabi ng mga tao na Roman is part-time and Roman doesn't show up or whatever.
It's weird that, well, I guess it's only like really the first time someone important to him has called him out on it. But it's weird that he didn't use it as a lore crutch even in his tribal chief days.
Mm. Yep. Yeah. Kasi, di ba dati, it was so easy to just dunk on Roman and say na, mawawala ka lang ulit eh.
Diba?
Roman's gonna retain the title and we're not gonna see it again for like X number of months. And now, di ba, biglang all of a sudden, tama nga naman. He's got, children to look after and to raise. He's got the next bloodline to rear and bring up.
Yes, 5 kids. Di ba? Sinabi niya yan.
Yeah, so pretty cool that they actually mentioned that this time around. Yep. All right, we got some NXT stuff to talk about, so let's take one last Emil Nate dance break. We'll start with Ethan Page, who has doubled down on being a Canadian heel. And if you've been watching wrestling for as long as we have, you know that this is nothing new or original. But, for me, I just love that this was a platform for Ethan Page to just really flex his promo chops.
Yeah. That's what he does best, and it was pretty good. I mean, all things considered, it's an old trope that even, Lance Storm had to call out because somebody mistook it for an AEW thing that Ethan Page stole, but it's really a Lance Storm thing that he did first. So, yeah, it was pretty entertaining. It pushed the right buttons. It got the job done that way, and I think now the decision to not call Ethan Page up yet is paying dividends.
Why do you say so?
Okay.
Well, so now he's actually fleshing something out beyond the ego thing, beyond the whatever it was he was trying to do before this.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I also love the promo, by the way. Love the promo so much that I found myself agreeing with Ethan Page. Canada is a better country than the United States, if you think about it. Kaya nag-message ako sa Discord kanina, di ba? Like, it's weird that he's a heel for loving his country. Because normally if you love your country, you're gonna be, applauded, diba? But here in wrestling, is the only place in the world where you'll get booed for being nationalistic. But here's the thing that I found weird in that promo. So they have him do a pro-Canadian promo, diba? But the guy that they had come out to confront him was also Canadian. Although I love the Santino appearance. Parang nadawid naman niya. But for me, it was just weird that it was a Canadian who confronted him. It could have been an American. Could have been could have been someone who was working yung US Olympic gimmick, parang ganun. But that's neither here or there. I think it's gonna happen as well down the line in his reign as the North American champion. But parang it's a brand new gimmick for him, like a refresh, kumbaga, sa character ni Ethan Page. And I'm looking forward to seeing more of this.
Ikaw, Ro, what do you think about Santino showing up and being the guy to answer Ethan Page's claims?
You got it? I mean, I don't know. I mean, Santino gets a go, I think, but I don't know. I guess I just hope that it leads to TNA fighting back talaga. Like really starting to fight back. Like this should be the kickstart. This should be the part where it kickstarts, TNA's revenge tour. Saying, they got mollywopped in Slammiversary, diba? So people are questioning that, and you need to start firing back with this, with the part where TNA is getting something out of this partnership, out of being after taking the heat from WWE and from NXT, diba?
So I just wanted to Google yung mga countries that are in North America. There are apparently a lot, like over 20. So I want to see kung anong country bang mare-represent para ma-take down si Ethan Page.
Wait, does that include the Central American countries?
Some of them, like Dominican Republic, Cuba, El Salvador, Guatemala, Mexico, obviously, the Bahamas. So, interesting lang. I want to see someone from any of those other non-US countries be the one to take Ethan Page down. All right, next up, ito na, Josh Briggs has turned on his best friend, Yoshiki Inamura. He actually beat him down during the last 20 seconds of airtime on NXT. He kicked Inamura's head into the steel steps and kept beating him up as the screen faded to black.
Yeah, I mean, that's what we were waiting for. Diba?
Yeah. I mean, I was waiting for like yung parang Chiron fake out, like they have been doing for the last 10 years.
There's actually been less of that, Emil, as as the Shawn Michaels era has taken over NXT. Parang we haven't really seen it in a very long time.
Yeah. I was waiting for that, honestly. But I was shocked it happened like after the match while Oba was still celebrating in the ring. Pero nung match pa lang, he was already berating Inamura. So it was it wasn't that moment alone. Parang it built up to that moment after the match, which I don't mind, honestly, kasi the way that they've been telling the story is unti-unti nang naiinis si Inamura kay Briggs, and it exploded after the match.
I don't think Inamura was going to be the guy to turn on Briggs, diba?
Yeah.
So it does make sense that it was Briggs to do that. So Inamura is so likable. I like him a lot in this spot, diba? And he's one of those guys that just translates over to NXT from Japan. So it was a long time coming, and we were headed here the whole time.
Yeah, I just wish before Inamura has to leave, he actually gets to hold gold in NXT, just because he's done a very good job of endearing himself to the audience.
Yeah,
Emil, pakigawan ng paraan.
Yeah, I would absolutely, I agree with that. Akala ko ilang weeks lang of excursion, then turned into a story arc, with him and Briggs.
He's a main eventer now. He's a main man.
Exactly, yeah. He's probably the most well-known Noah wrestler because of his stay in NXT.
Yeah, I guess. If you ask yung mga casuals, lalo na yung mga WWE only. Fair.
It's not a bad thing, I guess.
Oo naman. Definitely not. All right, let's finish things up by talking about the Trick Williams confrontation with Coach Undertaker. How do you like this? Him being the American badass, but being in the coach role, he's putting the young gun in his place, trying to make him famous.
I don't know about this one.
I don't feel that much about Undertaker, especially although mas prefer ko yung American badass biker taker over supernatural Undertaker, but I don't know. Is he gonna wrestle again? Is this gonna be? I mean, obviously it's headed toward his LFG team going to bat for him, but I don't know if this was a story we need. Although it is cool to hear Trick Williams just talk shit about the Undertaker. Like I don't know.
I don't know about the end of the segment with the Undertaker going over. I just don't know about that. Kasi Trick.
I mean, it's the Undertaker. People will get mad if he doesn't go over.
Oh nga.
Yeah.
What did you want to happen, Emil? Na Trick Williams hits the trick shot on the Undertaker?
Yeah. That's what I want. Yeah. Put the young guy
I don't think he's gonna take those bumps.
Did you see how Undertaker walked out, Emil?
Sabagay. Yeah. Okay, that's fair. But still, they could have put over Trick here big time, in my opinion. By just going over at the end. I don't think Taker has to take a bump. Just something, not the end. Trick Williams gonna stood tall over him. But no, they made him. They had him take a choke slam. But,
I think there was no way. I think there's no way Trick Williams comes out of it unscathed. Kasi, diba, the Undertaker is the conscience of the locker room.
Yeah.
I mean, if the final boss, diba, gets put in his place by the Undertaker, sino ka ba Trick Williams para hindi ma-choke slam?
Sabagay. Yeah. Fair.
Yeah, so yun lang. For me, nakakapanibago pa rin seeing him in Coach Undertaker mode. Parang the unk of unks. Diba? Like, who would have thought that the Undertaker would be hosting a podcast, would be coaching these kids out in the open, that people would call him Coach Undertaker. It's just so surreal.
Yeah, honestly, when yung mga years before the Undertaker retired, I thought, okay, when this guy retired, he's not gonna appear anywhere else. He's gonna just disappear, and not show up. Kasi yung Deadman gimmick was so mystique, eh. And now he kind of ruined the Deadman gimmick by, going on, by appearing on podcasts, parang ganon. Parang na-destroy na yung mystique of the Deadman character, but that's fine. Still a legend. Still one of the best. Still one of the greatest of all time.
Mm-hmm. All right. So that's gonna take us to the end of this week's live stream. We wish we could tell you na meron na kaming review of the Fantastic Four, but our blocked screening for that got moved. So expect a review from us sometime next week. So yes, big shout out to our friends from AdPub Hub and Ayala Malls for making us a part of this upcoming blocked screening. We're excited for that as well. We hope that everyone can stay safe. Jasper, as we're doing yung closeouts namin, can we please bring back yung slides for the donations for Trining's Kitchen Stories and Angat Buhay? So for those of you who are looking for ways to donate and contribute to yung relief efforts for the people displaced by Krising, Dante, Emong, and yung Monsoon, here are the QR codes. Trining's Kitchen Stories over along Hill Fernando Avenue in Marikina. They also need a lot of other supplies like rice, sausages, eggs, chicken, tissue, alcohol, recyclable containers. So kailangan nila yan. If you want to donate, the QR codes are on your screen, or you can check out yung Facebook page nila. Just search Trining's Kitchen Stories. That's all I really got to plug on my end here. Ikaw, Emil, anything to plug?
Wala naman, just follow the podcast and all social media platforms. And donate if you can. Just sinabi Sunday earlier, or if you could lend lend yourself to help in the kitchen. So go do it.
Mm-hmm. Ikaw, Ro.
Yeah, I don't want to plug anything today. I think those organizations or trainings needs more help here than our stuff going on. That can wait. That can wait another week. Ito mas importante.
Yeah. Alam ko meron mga government offices and schools na suspended pa rin bukas. Medyo malakas pa rin yung ulan ngayong gabi. So I hope you guys stay safe. And kung kaya nyo lang, please donate your time. Go coordinate with the people at Angat Buhay and Trainings if you want to help. And, if you can't, wag na lang tayong magdagdag sa social media. There's too much going on over there already. All right?
Yeah, let's spread love on social media.
Wow.
Okay, Prince Umpad. All right. Follow the show on social media at Wrestling Podcast, at Wrestling2XPod. For us, it's at _Stan C, at Row is War, at Chino Supersized, at EML_Meister, and at Monday Night Rowan. Thank you to Babyface producer Jasper and everyone behind the scenes over at the Pod Network. And thank you for catching another episode of the longest running weekly episodic Filipino wrestling podcast. For Ro Moran and attorney Six-Man Emil Nate, I'm Stan C, reminding everyone to stay safe, stay dry, and don't be a dick. Wrestling Podcast. Out. Later, Outcasts.
Peace.